Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. It is that time of the month again, and no, not what you're thinking. It's Millennial Monday. So, we are here as always to talk about things millennial, life, health, wealth, or whatever's just going on in the world at this time. We are your hosts. We have a guest that is coming in a little bit. He'll be here shortly. But as you know, my name is Tisha Spencer. I am your food relationship coach because, guys, we need to work on our relationship with food. It's not just with the opposite sexes, with that plate as well. And then we always have Miss Caneisha. She is our holistic health coach. So you want to tell them what we're going to be talking about today?
So we're going to be talking about juices. We're going to be talking about smoothies. We're going to be talking about the Juice Plus capsules. I know a lot of you all like to juice and make your different juices, but it can be very expensive, very time consuming. But there's also an alternative plan where you can actually substitute the Juice Plus capsules. And we'll start to go into that a little bit later. But you can see right now, I just made me, you probably can't see because I have this background, but you can see I made me a green juice today. Oh my goodness. It is, what did I put in here? And it was really easy. I put in apples, pears, dates for a natural sweetener, coconut water, some ginger, some lime juice, and I just put it in my NutriBullet blender, and it's so good. I don't take the skin off. I don't remove the seeds. All of that has the most packed nutrition. So we're going to be talking about powders, different types of juices that we can make, and we have a wonderful fitness coach coming on to really share his knowledge on nutrition. So yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about, and just letting it flow. It's a lazy Monday, we're just going with the flow, and just
it's just been a lot's been going on, and just trying to keep up with life. And I just said to her, like, look, I'm noticing I have a lot of people on my timeline who are doing a lot of juicing and trying to find ways to make protein shakes taste better. And then the age old argument that that smoothies and protein shakes are different, and they're really not.
It's not.
They're not. Not at all.
Yeah. I don't know where that misconception comes into, because they're the same. They're the same ingredients. You're putting protein powder into something. You're putting fruits and vegetables into something to make it tasty. I mean, we always have to separate things when it's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. I was just telling the people how I just made my green juice. You probably can't see, but it has like a apple sauce consistency. The pulp is in there. We were talking about that earlier. I like the pulp. I like the chunkiness. It's not like a liquidation, but it's nice. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm not a big pulp person. I think for me, it always, because I used to juice, it depends on what I was juicing.
Right.
If I was juicing a lot of greens and stuff like that, I don't know if I wanted that pulp, but when I was able to do the apples and the pears and the oranges, that kind of pulp I like. I would actually save it and use it for different things, for like baking and pancakes, because I didn't want to get rid of it, because that was a lot of the good stuff was right there. And that's actually good to, strain the seeds out. People do take the seeds out. Unless you like that crunchiness, take the seeds out. But juicing is just expensive.
It is. You know what? I've never juiced before. I don't own a juicer. I've never done it. I see a lot of people do it, and I'm like, oh, they make it seem so easy. They have these mason jars. But it's like, I don't know how much you can educate me, because I do smoothies only. Oh, yay, Keith is on.
The struggle is real.
Yes.
How are you all doing? Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate you.
Of course, Keith. This is my first time meeting you. I know that you and Tisha have a relationship, but I'm Caneisha, Tisha's other business partner and friend. So tell us a little bit about yourself, sir.
Hold
on. See the AirPods giving him some struggles.
Can you still hear me?
Yep, you good.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm a certified nutritionist, sports nutritionist, and master trainer. I am based here in Houston, Texas, and most of my training is done virtually. And I really enjoy helping people in, every aspect of their life, whether it be physical fitness, whether it be just de-stressing or in their nutrition. So that's my wheelhouse.
Love it, love it. Tisha, you have any questions or anything? You see
You
the
know,
chat?
I'm doing my engineering. So basically, we're just talking about like juicing, smoothies, protein shakes. So we kind of want to dive into like the differences, the misconceptions behind it. And my favorite is when somebody says, "Oh, I just made a smoothie," and then like they list all of this fruit and all of this stuff, and all I hear is, "So you just had sugar with flavor."
Right, pretty much. And a lot of the time, what I get from my clients when they tell me they're juicing, and there was a time I didn't know, is that they take all the fiber out of it. And that's really the part that is going to assist you when it comes to a weight loss routine. Is you want the fiber going through your system, because your gut microbiome loves that fiber, number one, but that's going to help pull fat out of your system.
And how do they take the fiber out? Like, what do you mean by that?
Well, they'll like say, I think the biggest example would be like celery, right? So if you put your celery in a juicer and you get all the juice and a lot of the water out of it, and then the pulp or whatever is left over, people discard that. That's like extremely valuable nutrients that's left in there. So I don't throw that stuff away. When I want the pulp in there, even if I go get some orange juice or something, I want all the pulp that's in there. That's the good part of it.
Yes, I was just telling Tisha I made my green drink that's like it has pulp in it. I put, this background is just terrible, but I put pears, green apples, and I kept the skin and the seeds in there because that's what all the nutrition is. And I like the pulp. I put coconut water, ginger, a little bit of greens from my garden, and it just tastes phenomenal.
The skin is great. I watch a lot of videos, growing videos, and there are certain avocados that you can literally eat like an apple. People eat the skin on the avocado.
Oh my God. And I love avocado. I put them in my smoothies. I can eat it every day. Oh my goodness, I never heard that.
Yeah,
I've never heard that either.
Yeah, there's a ton of variety of avocados. Like in the United States, typically we get Hass avocados, but there are several types of avocado, and some of them have extremely thin skin, like almost the same as an apple.
I wonder if it's sweeter or if it's like the same taste.
They have a variety of different flavors, but to your point of leaving the skin on your fruit, people eat the skin on this avocado.
I actually saw someone on TikTok that used the banana skin, froze it, and put it in their smoothies. I haven't tried it. But it was.
Yeah, we're gonna let you try that. We're gonna let you try that.
I'll do it. I'll let you know.
But I've seen people eat the banana peels too, though. Not the banana peels, but the orange peels. I have oranges sitting right here. But the orange peels they'll eat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not
now, just me, I think I would probably enjoy the orange peel more than the banana peel. I don't see myself doing a banana peel in my smoothie.
Now, how would you even, they're eating the orange peel raw, like biting it like a chip?
They don't even peel it. They just eat the whole thing.
Okay, now I can do that with a plum or pear. That's interesting.
Yeah,
I could try the banana peel in a smoothie. I like the smell of the aroma of it.
Oh, I love bananas. I absolutely love bananas.
I like
putting bananas in my protein shake because it makes it thicker and creamier.
Yeah,
right.
It does.
Yeah. Now, I got a little delay on my side. I'm watching myself on the video, and it's like
it's
3 seconds behind.
I can hear myself delaying.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an echo, but we'll make it work. We're good.
That's okay.
Hey.
But I like bananas too. The only thing is, depending on where you are, as far as like training and fitness or whatever, if you're really trying to cut body fat, it's probably not the best thing. But from a flavor perspective, it's excellent, especially with strawberries or whatever else you want to add to it.
That's what one of my trainers told me, because like berries, strawberries, blackberries, all the berries have low carbs, the greatest sugar. Like, to stay away, if you want to do smoothies, stay away from, I don't know, bananas, oranges, all those other berries are kind of the main source of fruits that you want to make if you want to smoothie. So I normally do that. Do you have any put on that?
I like all the berries and things of that nature. I have cut out the bananas for the most part because I'm trying to do something different with my physique. But I first learned that from another nutritionist. Before I was ever certified, I was getting ready for a contest, and she was just doing my nutritional catalog for me. And she was like, okay, you can't eat this and this and this anymore. And one of the things she told me I had to cut out was bananas.
Yes. It has so much carbs in it and a lot more sugar.
Yeah, and it's really sweet. Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, that hurt my feelings right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat my bananas. I got my little frozen bag of bananas. I throw it in every once in a while when I'm looking for a certain flavor. You know, throw a little bit of a chocolate. I got like, well, I'm still trying to find one I like, but I've been trying like different sugar-free chocolate syrups. I haven't found one I liked yet. Sugar-free, low sugar, all natural sugar. Because every once in a while I need a chocolate hit. So I've just been using cacao powder.
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that.
Yeah, that's a popular one, the cacao powder.
You just killed all my favorites.
Oh, and with the bananas?
For like sugar, like for a natural sweetener, dates are really, really good. Like, I use dates for everything.
I have done dates.
As like a snack.
I do the dry dates today, yeah.
Cut it up. I should use the seeds, but I cut up the skin and just put it in my smoothie as a sweetener.
Now, how do you like the dates? What do you put with it, like, to make a good flavor combination? Because, like, me just thinking about it, it's like, what would go with that? Okay, I see that.
Cinnamon and nutmeg.
Okay.
Cinnamon, nutmeg, and some vanilla extract, and I'm good to go.
Oh, okay.
I get the dry dates. I don't get fresh most of the time. I'll do dry dates and put them in there, and I do figs too.
Yeah. I haven't done figs yet. I need to do that. I need to try figs.
Yeah, I do figs. One of the things I noticed that when people do juicing is they do stick with a lot of citrus. Have you noticed that they'll get like pineapples and oranges and mangoes and papaya? Like, that's the strawberries tend to be the main thing. And then they feel like they're doing something big because they threw a handful of spinach in. That's like going to McDonald's and getting a supersized Big Mac, but then you get a Diet Coke.
A Diet Coke, which is terrible. Diet Coke is horrible.
Hey, I'll be honest with you. I'm notoriously guilty for that. Even though I eat a lot of greens throughout the day, when it comes to my smoothies and protein shakes, I kind of I load up on fruit or even juice. When it comes to juices, I tend to go toward the tropical citrus, mangoes and bananas.
What's your like diet? Take us through your regimen throughout the day.
Like my food?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you believe it or not, I eat a ton of carbs.
Probably because you burn a lot.
I do burn a lot.
Yeah.
So typically my breakfast would be like a half a sweet potato, maybe like, I never measure my food, but I eat a lot of oatmeal in the morning. And I'll have like a half a cup, or maybe a small cup of coconut milk. That'll be breakfast. And then for my snack, it'll typically be a Honeycrisp apple and some cashews. Then after that, I'll have lunch, which could either be, like leftover dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Or one of my favorites for lunch would be like an avocado sandwich. I'll have like some toast with avocado, some spinach, and some tomato on it, and some pickles.
Oh, You lost me there.
Oh, you don't like pickles?
I like pickles.
Not with no avocado. My whole train derailed.
Wait a minute. I'm open, but that's really different.
I'm not. No.
It's
See, if
delicious.
I do avocado toast, I have to put olive oil on it, but not no pickles.
I get some of those. They call them like sandwich pickles. They're real thin and long. They just slice the pickle the long way, and a little mustard. I'm telling you.
Mustard on the avocado?
Now mustard?
The mustard. Yeah.
Wait a minute, Keith. Hold on.
The garbage can avocado toast.
Absolutely not.
I'm telling you, it is delicious.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna take your word for that.
Yeah.
So if you make me avocado toast, please give it to me before pickles and mustard.
What about the spinach though? The baby spinach?
I mean, I could do the spinach on there, the tomatoes, and sprinkle it with some olive oil. Because for some reason, I can't eat avocado without olive oil on it. It makes it, my stomach tears it up, and I get sick. So, a little olive oil, a little spicy oil. Yeah, but I got out of juicing because my budget just couldn't handle it.
I can see how it can get expensive.
That's a lot of fruits and vegetables. Because are they different sizes or? Because I don't juice. I've never done it before.
So one apple, like you can get one apple, a thing of strawberries, some berries, or like any other kind of berries, and you're gonna go through that in maybe 1 or 2 sittings. So you generally would have to juice maybe 2 or 3 apples just to get 1 glass.
Oh my gosh.
And you'd have to do this. And then if you're going to juice, you're going to want to lean towards more of the organic, naturally sourced type stuff, because you're literally, even if you wash it, it's still not 100%. You know what I mean? When it comes to fruits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's like, it can get expensive, because then if you're adding the green, because you know what got me thinking about it too? The people that do that green juice diet, right? Where they have to eat a green smoothie every day for 14 days. And like every couple of days, they got to change up the recipe. And I'm just like, what does your bill look like? Like,
yeah, that's real life. I spend a lot of money on fruit, like just frozen fruit for my smoothies and stuff. I spend a lot of money on that. And which is why I started growing my own strawberries at home.
Yeah, I'm getting to that point. I think, there's nothing wrong with juicing. For everybody that's watching this, probably like, oh my God, but I juice. There's nothing wrong with it, but there's a lot easier ways to get it, because I heard from this pharmacist who works with us, and what she was doing was, it was taking them 2 hours a day to be able to juice enough juice for the day for both of them, because they would have to get up, they would have to clean the fruit, de-seed it so they didn't have to worry about the seeds later, do all their juicing. Then they had to clean the juicer, clean up their mess, and then separate all the juices so they can have it throughout the day. And then on top of it, they was driving like an hour or so every week to load up on organic fruits and vegetables every week to do it. They said there got to be an easier way than doing that. And even with doing that, you're still not getting 13 servings a day.
Nope. You'd have to spend a whole lot of money and do a whole lot of juicing. It's
more economical just to do the vegetable capsules, to do these. Let's see if they show up, because this is green.
We can see them in your background.
Right.
Oh yeah, I forgot this in the background. Look, so we're gonna do these. I can't tell which way I'm pointing, but the green ones. It's so much easier to do it that way, especially the fact that, see, like I got started doing it. Okay, first of all, I stopped juicing because I had a flood in my house and it got broke, and I just never bought another one. I'll be honest. I didn't see the point. But there's no way to eat enough greens. I think for us, we eat more greens around certain holidays than we do any other time of the year.
Even with that, it's the same greens. It's either spinach or broccoli. It's not like bok choy or chard, or it's not a variety of greens. We're kind of monolithic when it comes to greens.
Actually, you know what? I started buying bok choy. I'm growing some right now.
Great.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Like you just take that, put a little bit of olive oil Or any oil you want, garlic. I like mine a little spicy.
I like fennel
And
a
just,
lot.
ooh, real quick. That's it.
That's it.
I'm growing bok choy green and red.
Ooh.
Oh, I didn't even know they had red bok choy.
Neither
All I
did
knew was that was a
I.
green.
Oh yeah, I got green and red. I'm growing that one, and then I have a whole crap load of lettuce that. So I kind of cross pollinated again, not paying attention. So I think my arugula and mixed greens, the gourmet green salad, are growing in the same pot again in my tower garden. So that's going to be interesting when it's time to harvest.
Yeah. It probably be really good.
Oh, I don't doubt it, because you got to taste test it. Little leaf here and there.
It's
But
so
yeah, it's just so much easier and cheap. It's cheaper, guys. Those of y'all watching this now or later, it's so much cheaper just to take these capsules. I don't have to worry about cleaning up nothing. I could put it in my protein shake. And guys, when you put protein in your smoothie, you turned it into a protein shake, right?
Pretty much. I mean, to the point of the cost of it, I have a friend that juices all organic juices, and he sells them. That's his business. And I think it's like a 16-ounce bottle. I mean, they taste terrific, though. Don't get me wrong. I haven't had any juice like the juice he makes anywhere. And he leaves the pulp and everything in it. But to my point, one like 16-ounce bottle is like $9. And it doesn't give you all the fruits and vegetables and berries and stuff that you would get in the capsules that we use. And there's no omegas in it either. But it's really good.
Now, I've had some really good. There's a local guy here somewhere. He makes this ginger juice.
I love ginger.
It's so good.
We had,
oh yeah.
I'm
just thinking about it. I haven't had it in a while.
So you got me wanting to drive down there and get some of my guys. But he had he had juice with some watermelon and some ginger and some other items in one juice. I was like, dude, you gotta break me. I was like, can I have some more?
It's so good, and it actually fills you up. Like you don't have a hunger sensation anymore, which is really good.
Well, that's because we're taking in the fiber. Without the fiber, you're just gonna urinate it out.
Right.
Yeah, because it doesn't bond to anything in your system. It's like when you take supplements over the counter, and as I learned in our training, that if you have somebody who goes to the bathroom, is taking supplements, and it's bright yellow, those are the supplements. They just went straight through your system, and your body's not absorbing it. The whole class was like,
Yep.
It's so crazy. I'll tell people about these capsules, and I'm taking a multivitamin. I'm like, do you realize what's in them? Do you really look at the back of the bottle? Because people will just pick up anything and not be very conscious of what's in it. Like if it's warning labels on the bottle, kids can't take it, pregnant women can't take it, that's a problem.
And then the other aspect of taking those is what I had learned is anytime you have any type of capsule, even the capsules that we use in Juice Plus, there is some type of binder. So if it's a pill, something has to hold that pill together. If it's a capsule, it has to be what's the capsule made of. And that's what the beauty of our product is that it's a water-soluble capsule. But most other products, there's some type of binder holding it together. And they're not the best things for you.
No, it's not.
It used to make me sick. That's why I could never take anybody's multivitamins, because I would take it and I would probably throw up or be sick. And they'd be like, oh, you got to take it with food. I said, come on. I take everything with food. I'm still sick. And then when I found out that a lot of these capsules, the casings, is actually pork. That's what I learned too. And I was like, look, I like my bacon, but I don't think my pork should be with my vitamin B. Now, don't get me wrong. If your doctor is prescribing it because you have a low deficiency, yes, we want you to take it. But do understand that some of this stuff, like I was talking to my mom, kind of like way off juices and smoothies. But I was talking to my mom about vitamin D and magnesium and how you get vitamin D, you gotta make sure you have vitamin C with it or calcium with it because it binds it and helps it goes through. And I just said, Mom, you could just take Juice Plus. Like, let's leave the science from all of this.
Right. That's an excellent point that you just made, because most of the public doesn't know that even if something that you're taking is good for you, it may inhibit the absorption of another element that is good for you as well.
That's a good point. That's a great point.
And there's no way we're gonna know that going to the store looking up for multivitamins and different things like that and supplements and stuff like that. There's no way we're gonna know what binds what. I took the class and still don't remember half that stuff.
No, a lot of it's like you just have to, it has to be your business to go back and look at it all the time. And if you don't have a reason to do it, which most people don't, then you're just never going to remember it. Like for our coffee drinkers, people don't know that you drink all that coffee, but that inhibits the absorption of calcium and vitamin D. Coffee in excess.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know either.
Yeah.
I've never been a.
So is it the caffeine from the coffee beans, or is it just the coffee beans? Because I know people who might drink a lot of tea.
No, I believe it's the caffeine.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think I have to go back and look, so don't quote me on this, but I believe caffeine is also a calcium leach. So if you're old and you're already having bone trouble, the worst thing you can probably do is drink a bunch of coffee on a regular basis.
Disappointed. I said, you look disappointed. Are you a coffee drinker?
No. I was trying to share the post on Keith's page. My Facebook is acting stupid. No, I'm not. I don't see, for me, coffee doesn't do much. It doesn't wake me up. So it's not an energy thing for me. Coffee makes me go to the bathroom. Coffee is a flavor to me. It doesn't do anything. So I have to be like craving coffee. Like I got Starbucks this Saturday, but I have been wanting it for like 3 or 4 days. So since the craving wasn't going away, I went and got me a small little thing of it and called it a day. And I'll be good for like another month or two.
Yeah, I'm definitely a tea drinker. Just ginger and lemon, and that's it. That's all I need every morning. Maybe at night as well, but I love tea.
Yeah, I cut off my coffee and started drinking tea mostly. Between my tea and my protein shakes, that's pretty much what, other than water, that's what that's what my liquid consists of.
So let's talk about protein shakes. What do you put in your protein shakes?
Me, I put in strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries. I'm probably missing something.
All the berries.
All the berries. Dark cherries taste great in the protein shakes.
Oh, dark cherries. I haven't tried that.
They gonna cost you, but they taste great.
That's what I'm saying. Where am I gonna find them?
So
they'll give you a little bag.
Whole Foods, Wegmans, Central Market. I like Central Market for their dried fruit section. Like I go over there and I'm like, oh, what's this? Okay, yeah, we're gonna get that. Yeah, I'm the one that be tasting and buying at the same time.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I do the same thing.
What do you put in yours?
The same thing, but I'll put. That's it. Yeah, I get like the frozen berry blend, and I'll put a cup in there with some almond milk. I put some dates in there. My Juice Plus Perform, and that's it. Oh, and of course my capsules. I just put a handful of those.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I put in all my capsules, and then I do water or milk. It just depends on how I'm feeling. And I use a mixture of coconut and almond milk, mainly because it's only 10 calories per cup. And then I put collagen in for extra protein and stuff. Sometimes I'll add some extra fiber depending on how my stomach is or how my eating has been. And then sometimes I'll do fruit, but most of the time it's like I'll throw in a banana or strawberries if I have it. But I do a lot of frozen fruits. So that's what I kind of do. And that's kind of basically it. Sometimes if I am doing a Protien Shake, I'll do the sugar-free juice. So that way it gives it a little bit of a sweetness, but no sugar added to it. And then I have all my sugar-free syrups in my lower cabinet. So sometimes if I want a flavor, I may throw that in there. But I don't do a whole lot. I don't do greens. I have done avocado though.
I do avocado, yeah.
How did that taste?
It actually tastes pretty good. I don't do a whole avocado. We just do like half of a half and put it in. We don't do a whole avocado, but it does give it a nice little creaminess to it. I've never been one for doing like the blackberries and raspberries because of the seeds. They get on my nerves when you're trying to drink a shake and the seeds get stuck everywhere.
I got used to it.
Yes, and be happy.
Now,
there is no seeds.
And hemp seeds and flax seed. I forgot those. I put all that in there.
I do have some hemp seeds. I do have flax seeds. I do that sometimes. I have maca powder. Maca powder. MACA powder. It has a nutty flavor to it. So you can't put too much in it.
Okay. Oh, sometimes I'll put peanut butter in it. I'll put some peanut butter in my
what?
I'll put peanut butter in my smoothie.
Yeah, that's Erin, one of our other friends. She loves her peanut butter powder.
Do
you use the powder or you use the jarred peanut butter?
I use the jar. I've never. Oh, is it like a PB thing? That PB jar, right? Yeah. I haven't used it yet.
The other thing I add to mine is I'll put there's a couple of supplements that I use. Just some branched chain amino acids and some glutamine, which is all, workout stuff.
Nita's chiming in. Yep, dates and cinnamon. I need to try cinnamon because I haven't done that in my smoothies. I'll do that in my tea, but not my smoothies.
I have done cinnamon, nutmeg, apple pie seasoning. Like when I'm really trying to get creative, I just go to my spice rack and say, what we doing today?
Right.
Look, I'm drying French lavender. Trust and believe we're gonna have a French lavender protein shake tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Did you get that out your tower garden?
Of course.
I'm growing some too.
I was gonna ask Keith, what are you growing on your tower garden?
Right now, I have some collard greens.
What you got?
Collard greens, mustard greens. I'm planting some cucumbers today. Some beefsteak tomatoes. Bok choy. Some cinnamon mint.
I haven't seen that one.
Cilantro. And there's a couple other things I'm forgetting, but those are the major ones. Oh, mustard greens too.
I tried to do tomatoes, but the vines went crazy and I just they weren't doing well. So I'm gonna have to start over again. Maybe.
Did you have a trellis?
I don't know what type of tomatoes they were.
Tomatoes are climbers. You're probably gonna have to get a trellis.
I know. Like have it separate.
Yeah, you gotta get the cage for the tower garden. You can get the cage, and as it starts to grow, try to wrap it in. Because I'm growing peppers again, poblano. Okay, I don't remember it's poblano, but I know there's 3 different types of pepper. Oh, regular green peppers, poblano peppers, and a third pepper. And as it's growing, I'm gonna force it to wrap around the cage and support itself on the cage, so it does. Because what I learned is they get heavy, and it'll literally pull it out of the port.
It was, yeah, that's exactly
When it
what
gets
was
too
happening.
heavy.
I was like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know what to do. It was like it was so beautiful, but it was going wild. I was like, I'm sorry, babies, I gotta let y'all go. We gotta do another session.
Yeah, you need the cage for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had kale growing, mustard greens, dino kale. French lavender has been kicking for almost a year now. My sage has been kicking for almost a year now. I have peppermint and I have chocolate mint. And I have a whole bunch of 2 bok choys, arugula. I think I have 2 arugulas growing, fancy mixed gourmet greens. And then I think I have red romaine is growing. I have a lot of lettuce because I'm craving lettuce and I refuse to buy it from the store. So I just put a whole lot of lettuce in the system. And then of course I gotta have my peppers because I want to start doing my hot honey. So
I'm growing some peppers too. Are you growing basil?
Oh, I'm growing basil.
I'm growing red basil actually.
Okay.
I just took the last of my green basil out.
You had something else that was red. Was it red bok choy?
Red bok choy.
Like, what is with you in this red?
To give the tower some color.
I know.
I mean, that's why my dino kale is purple.
Your kale's, oh, you have purple kale?
Yeah, it's a dino kale.
It's
It's actually more purple as it grows. The veins are purple.
Wow.
So you know, I went to the convention and the first day I walked up and I was like, so Katie, can I buy my seedlings yet? She goes, well, let's go see. It was like tomorrow. I said, what time? And I came back and it was like, and I was walking around with it like this and everything. Then I had folded it over because the balance wasn't good. And it was like, what's that? I was like, oh, just my seedlings. I had everybody running down there to go get it.
Oh, so jealous.
Because I remember what it's like. Look, when you guys come in Charlotte, you're going to see, they're going to go fast. And it's going to be, they always use the local growers. So there'll be somebody from Charlotte who will actually be out there with the fresh everything.
That's the good stuff.
I like to mix it up with the protein shakes. And I think what people don't really get when it comes to like juicing and smoothies is that you can add protein to it to get that excess protein without necessarily making a full-fledged protein shake. Because I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't like the way protein shakes taste. And I'm just like, you're just not making it right. But okay.
Exactly.
Or either you have the wrong one.
Yeah. Yeah, this one girl, she told me she was on this protein shake and she told me the company and I looked it up and I said, so you're not getting any fiber. Here's my business card. Because she's a fitness person. And I said, there's like 4 grams of fiber in this whole thing. Like, when do you go to the bathroom?
Right.
That's important.
Because you know when you have enough fiber in your system.
Dude, you're regular. Like clockwork.
Real regular.
Like clockwork. And people, it's funny that people just think that they're not supposed to have a regular bowel system. But it's like, yeah, input, output. It's 1 + 1.
If you're eating regularly, you should go regularly.
That part.
Yeah, I was talking to my doctor.
Problem.
And she was just like, have you gotten back to your baseline for going to the bathroom? And I said, yeah, I think we're almost there. Because one of the things, like I was talking to a guy and he was like, oh, you need to poo every day. I said, no, everybody's not going to poo every single day. But you have a baseline of when you go and you know when you are off that baseline. Because I know for me, I'll just be like, yeah, we got to go do something. And sometimes you can have enough fiber, but not enough liquid.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of it too is going to depend on, you know, how much it takes for each individual to go. Like my body requires a tremendous amount of calories for what I do. Everybody's body does not require the same amount of calories.
Yeah. It's a whole mixture, but that's why I like, one of the things I like about the Juice Plus is because I get everything that I need for my body, my system, my ailments, my issues. I get all the fruits, even the ones I'm allergic to, I can still eat them and no reaction. I get all of my berries. With ladies, that takes so much, your gut. Oh my God, that's so great for your gut health. The vegetable blend, because honestly, I like my vegetables. I just don't have time to cook them the way I want to. Like I want to be all fancy, and in my brain, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and this, and then it's like, no, you're gonna go take Juice Plus. That's what you're gonna go do because you don't have that time and energy to be trying to make all these fancy dishes.
No, not in real life.
Mm-hmm.
No, and not everybody can get a meal prep person. You know, we had our conversation about meal prep.
What about?
Oh yeah. Oh.
About how people get the meal prep when we had did the other Monday event with the meal prepping and the chef came on, and how people will meal prep, but they're not meal prepping for any kind of macros or micros. They're doing it for convenience, but it's not really healthy. You know how the meeting goes. I meal prep for the week, and it's 7 boxes of cereal of pizza.
Yeah, exactly.
Slices of pizza every day.
So here's a question that I was talking to somebody earlier today, and they were like, it's expensive to eat healthy. Do you all agree with that?
No, you know what's expensive?
I think for certain things, but not overall.
Going to the doctor is expensive.
100% agree.
That's
I
always
think
my
what it
argument.
is. I think it just really depends on what you're trying to do. If you're jumping from the 99-cent lettuce to the $2.99 lettuce, it's going to seem expensive.
Right.
But eating healthier doesn't necessarily mean that you got to go immediately to the organic side. It's just making smarter choices when you walk down the aisle. Mm-hmm. That's really how I started it, because I was like, I don't buy organic all the time, because even organic don't look right sometimes.
Very true.
And I've had my training on what organic is and what it can be and not be and all of that. But I just started reading the labels on food. I read the labels on everything. Like the new Protien Shake that I got, I think I read about 5 or 6 different companies' labels before I made a decision, because I was like, nope, I can't do that. Nope, that's too much of that. Nope, where's that? You got to read the food labels. And I think once you start slowly doing it, you get used to it. And then you start cutting out. Because like, think about it, guys. If you're going from eating out every day for lunch, which most people do, to bringing your own food, you're saving money in the end, because you're swapping that $10 a day for lunch for fresh food that you can cook and have for several days.
Yep.
And I think it's also that people just don't know where to start. Where
Yeah.
You know, if I'm trying to do this health thing, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to cook. I don't know where to start. But again, it's like you have to be intentional. Like there's so many YouTube videos. There's a lot of TikToks that you can watch. You know, you can do, help meal prep for beginners on YouTube. It's so many resources out there where you can just do a healthy breakfast, do a smoothie like we're talking about for your breakfast instead of McDonald's, or do, an oatmeal or something like that. Just small steps like Tisha said.
That's a good point, because I'll meal prep parts of my daily meal. So like every morning before we get working or whatever, we'll cut up our salads and we'll just put them in the refrigerator for when we want to eat those salads. Mm-hmm. Like I said before, like lunch will probably be what we had last night for dinner, or I'll make my avocado sandwich.
With the pickles and mustard, man.
With the pickles and mustard. So it's okay to meal prep parts of your meal and then eat other parts of it, fresh or however you want it. But saying that eating healthy is expensive, that's a relative term. It depends on who you're talking to.
Very true.
Yeah, I agree. And I agree with the meal prepping in parts, because the way that I grew up, we cooked everything on Sunday. And we would make like 3 meals in one night, but you have one meal for Sunday, but then you put things together throughout the week. Like sometimes when my lettuce, because boy, I can't wait. We're going to do something about tower gardens too. Because if you got all that stuff growing, Keith, we got to see yours in full bloom. That's going to be pretty. Mm-hmm. But I would make my salads right now, like you said. He's like, I'm going to show you now. I meal prep in sessions. Like for me, I tend to make more of my protein since I'm trying to get back into the habit of eating more protein since I'm back to working out. I have to meal prep more protein options in the refrigerator, and then I'll make my sides as I decide what I want. You know, and I'll keep canned stuff in there for quick stuff. I will get frozen fruit vegetables. Like guys, you don't have to get fresh vegetables all the time. Frozen is okay as well. It's better to get the flash frozen than canned sometimes. Because I find that the canned stuff, for the most part, the only thing I get canned is tomatoes, for like tomato sauce, because I make my sauce from scratch. So,
yeah. And the cans have a lot of
mushrooms.
I think a lot more than the frozen, probably.
You said salt?
Yeah.
Yeah, the canned foods usually you have to watch, you know, just read the label. But they use the salt as a preservative, whereas with frozen food, the fact that it's frozen is the preservative.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, generally with canned, well, I don't cook with salt that much. Like, only reason I have salt now is because I got this Asian sea salt stuff, so I'm kind of on that kick right now that I'm trying to get off of. But I don't really do salt that much. I do frozen. Like everything's frozen for me, down to my kimchi fried rice. Like everything's frozen and quick and easy for me. And that's something that people got to realize when you meal prepping. Convenience is great too. Like get stuff that's convenient for you, that's more than one meal that you can work with, you know. Yeah.
Even like I love Brussels sprouts. And we make our own stir fry. And so if we know that we're going to want some of that the next day, we cut up everything that we're going to put in it and just stick it in some containers in the refrigerator. And then all we got to do is add a little oil and put it in the wok or whatever and hook it up.
Mise en place.
Sounds good.
Now, I don't like Brussels sprouts, but I will eat it when it's roasted with bacon and onions. I followed the recipe. And I did that, and I said, "Oh, wait, these might be good." So that's the only way I'm gonna eat them.
Well, nothing tastes bad with bacon, right?
Not me.
Yeah, I know she don't do that.
I don't need bacon. I don't need bacon either, but it don't mean it don't taste good.
That's true.
That's why everybody eats
some bacon.
Yeah, but you know. God, you don't have to eat pork bacon. There's beef bacon if you can find the right kind of beef bacon. Because not everybody's beef bacon is good either. I gave up on turkey bacon because there was only one brand that I could never remember the name. Because all the other ones, they all came out. Like, I need my bacon a little bit of crisp. I don't care if it's veggie bacon. If it don't crisp, it's not bacon.
No, not at all. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if I ever went back to eating like I used to eat, if I'm gonna go in, I'm going in. I'm getting me some swine.
What? Man, you tell you, Keith, I ate everything.
All the pigs in the world.
Everything. Pig feet, chitlins, frogs.
That's like that episode of American Dad when she decided to have that one day where this episode of American Dad where the daughter decided, because she's vegetarian, and she decided to eat meat because she mistakenly ate it. She says, well, you know what? We just gonna go all out. So she was eating everything, down to beer, like beer. But it's just so funny because she's like, look, if I'm gonna do it, we're gonna do it for real.
Look,
go in, yeah.
Is oxtails. That's the one thing I miss. Oxtails was my thing.
I just learned how to make oxtail nuggets.
An oxtail nugget.
Yeah, it's a long process, but yeah. I mean, granted, I don't know how far I'd make it because the girl was like, this was leftover oxtails, and everybody else was like, how do you have leftovers? Like,
it's no way, unless they're not made right. No way.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so we've talked about juicing. We've talked about smoothies. We've talked about protein shakes. We've talked about meal prep. We've talked about pickles and mustard on avocado toast. Not gonna let you live that down.
At all. We covered a in
So
9 minutes.
what else y'all want to talk about before we close out?
I'm about to talk about my dinner. I'm starving. I just got through training somebody before I got on here. I'm starving like Marvin.
No, don't feel bad because I had to eat before the meeting, and she's drinking her juice right now.
This is dinner.
Oh, I have lentil soup for dinner.
Oh, that sounds good. What'd you put in the soup?
I like split pea soup.
It's curry powder, fire roasted diced tomatoes. There's garlic, onions. You saute that stuff first.
Right.
And there's something else I'm missing in addition to the curry powder. But we use like this.
Ram.
No,
Coconut.
I can't. It's some Cajun salt that we like to put in, Cajun seasoning salt. Yeah, it's really good.
I haven't made lentil soup in a minute.
It's delicious.
And it's light.
It is.
Yeah. Tisha, what should I not put in my shake that would spike more sugar? Derek?
Bananas.
We learned
Bananas.
bananas, Derek.
We had a whole conversation earlier about bananas and sugar.
Or even like artificial sugars. Like I know some people use like white sugar or don't do that. Natural sugars like dates.
You got to be careful with the sugar, with the fruits that you're putting in, because a lot of fruits have all natural sugar in it, which is good. But if you overload on it, it can still cause issues later down the line, especially if you're not using that sugar in your body being active or flushing your system out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good
So you got to be very careful with that, which is why when I first, after my surgery and I was doing my shakes, I had to be very careful with adding, like I couldn't add fresh fruit at all for a while. I had to slowly put it in, and I would sneak bananas in like somebody was watching me, but I would sneak bananas in for flavor. But yeah, putting all that stuff in it, and then you got to watch the protein powder, because some protein powders have artificial sugars. You know, you really want to make sure that it's like cane sugar versus anything else. And some of these other sugar alternatives are just nasty. Like monk's fruit, it's nasty.
Yeah.
I've tried it in shakes, cakes, pies, and I can always taste it. And I don't like it. But
And then if a person is taking any type of shake, you have to make sure that, especially if it's a person that's really working out heavy and they're using a shake that has an extensive amount of protein in it, you got to make sure you pound a good amount of water.
Oh yeah, like water intake.
Yeah, your water intake must increase.
Yeah.
Liquid is good to flush it. I noticed that I've been drinking a lot more liquid lately, because I have like these little fancy containers about like this big, and I'm drinking like 3 of them a day, and it's nothing but like flavored water. And I realized that I'm remaking this about 3 times a day. I was like, either I'm thirsty or I'm dehydrated, but let's just keep going.
You taking it the right amount. The right amount.
But I know definitely, regardless of what your issue is, one of the things I've heard throughout my entire life was, with all the doctors I've seen across the country, drink more water, drink more liquid. So regardless of what's wrong with you, you think what's wrong with you, you need to drink more water. Drink some more. I say drink liquid, because for some people, you don't drink enough liquid products, period. So I encourage you to drink more waters, teas. I do my tea with honey. And once I make this lavender honey, it's going to be on. I dried some French lavender. I'm gonna infuse it with some honey.
Oh, you know what, Tisha? You should go to an apothecary. Have you heard of that?
I've heard the word before when we did that other training, and I gotta
probably
find
said
one
it
of those.
wrong.
But I did find not to wait, did we answer your question, Derek? Because we will have like a chapter change. So I'll make sure we answered your question.
I don't know why.
But I did find a tea place. It's called Nobility. And they have all these fresh teas, black teas, green teas, chai teas. And I'm like, I'm about to infuse tea with honey.
Mm-hmm.
And make tea honey. Like, I don't even know what to call it. Call it honey tea.
Mm-hmm. I love honey.
And like, they had this one tea, and I smelt it. Guys, I know, Caneisha, this is not your bang, but I smelt it, and all I saw in my head was a nice grilled steak with some butter on it. Like, this would be perfect to season this steak with this tea. Like, when you smell it, tea, and it makes you think of food and to cook, I was like, I told her, I said,
that's another level.
Yeah. They had some of these teas. It's called Nobility. It's a franchise, but the one I go to is female owned. And oh my gosh, some of the stuff in there that they had, the chai tea, they had this lemon tea. I was like, oh my God, like it literally smelled like they just ground up lemon and put it in there. And I was just like, what are we gonna do?
Their herbs internationally. It's no way. It's no way. They're traveling. They're doing some traveling and some wisdom. Learning.
Yeah,
some of these.
And what I liked about this, what she's doing with her specific one, is she's actually reaching out to local vendors. So she has local honey coming in. She has another company that does couture boards that come and drop stuff off. She has someone that does the macaroons, and a bakery that comes in that she's doing to help support other small businesses. So gotta support her on that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I know a lot of the teas that I've had in the past that were curated teas, they used the peeling from the oranges and the lemons and stuff like that as part of the tea.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But they have to like do some type of drying of the skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole nother machine.
I think that's like the best part when you can when you have those dry bits and you do the tea and then they rehydrate. So like the flowering teas. And guys, you can flavor your shakes with more than milk and water. Like you can flavor it with tea.
Wow. I've never done that.
Put your herbs in there. That's what you do. Yep. Sorry.
All right, guys. It is about 2 minutes to the hour. I think we had a very casual conversation about a whole lot of stuff.
We did.
I hope you guys learned something. I think we came up with a few more ideas of things to do because we're going to do something on Tower Garden.
We have to.
We're going to get Peace Tower Garden.
Hey, it's right. It's sitting right out there. It's in my living room like a decoration.
It's in mine as well.
Yeah, mine's is over there by the window. The lights just turned off. I change the lights every once in a while, the cycle, just to like flip it up on the plants so you don't know what's coming. I mean, But no, I'm excited to see where my garden is. I did a post in my story of what it looked like on the 26th of April till today. And it's seriously growing. But guys and gals, you got to get on the Juice Plus because it's giving you everything you need. It's the foundation for everything you need, no matter what your ailment is. You have to get on the product and you have to stay on the product. Guys, don't do what some people do, start to feel good and stop. And then wonder why you feel bad.
And it's okay to take other things.
It's okay to do what?
It's okay to add it to your other things that you have that you're taking.
Yeah. Like I guarantee all of us got extra things that we're doing besides the JP.
Yeah.
But
that's the foundation.
Yeah. And everyone's gonna want and like different things. When they're, just like when you work out, there's certain workouts that you just kind of like better than others and work better for you. Because I was looking at some workouts today and I was just like, no, I'm not doing that. And like, no, can't do that. Like I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. My niece said, no, you not. I said, you right, knee. You right, knee. You not. Not today, knee. Okay.
Yeah.
But any closing words, ladies and gentlemen?
No, thank you, Keith, for
No, I'm
coming
good.
on, sharing your knowledge. This is a good conversation. Nice laid back conversation. This is good.
Yeah. It was great meeting you.
You as well.
I'm always happy to be on and, you know, share, hang out with Tisha.
Maybe Keith can do a fitness session.
Oh, I would love to.
Okay.
I would love to.
Oh yes, he would love to do that. Yes, that's yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
we can have our camera set back and do a quick demo.
Oh yeah.
Something knee friendly.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the one that does how they do in the videos. They're like, yes, you can do it like Caneisha, but if you broke, you could do it like Tisha. Like if your joints ain't moving in the right ways, if your knee is popping in the wrong way.
But that's good. That's good though.
So you starting a whole nother conversation now. We can go down there. There's a way to manage your exercises and stuff like that. Of course, you already know that, but there's a way. There's always a way.
It is. One more thing. I have a guy that comes in every morning at my gym in my apartment. Comes in with a cane. He limps, and he goes on the leg extension and just takes his time. No weight on it. He's just working that knee or whatever is injured. But he comes in, and I'm like, dang, there's no excuses.
Dedicated.
No excuses. He goes on he does an incline on the treadmill for like 10 minutes. He'll do that leg extension, and he leaves. Go about his business.
That's it.
Every little movement counts.
It does. It does.
All right, ladies. My soup is calling me.
No, go ahead.
It's calling him. It's bubbling and popping and saying his name when it's pop.
I'll see you all later.
Bye-bye.
All right. Yeah, we can just keep going into new conversations. All right, guys, we're going to say goodbye. My guests have hopped off. Thank you for being here. We'll see you again on the first Monday of the month. We're going to have something really special for you guys next month.